on, everybody? You're watching Thisvthattv, and you're watching my review of Panty Stocking With Garterbelt. Panty Stocking With Garterbelt is the most obscene, vulgar, and over-the-top series that I've ever seen. That is what makes it so unique and enjoyable. It does and says things that you would never expect to see in an anime, and it does it all really well. But with that said, Panty Stocking With Garterbelt is not without its problems. The story in the series revolves around the Anarchy sisters, Panty and Stocking. They are angels that got kicked out of heaven because they couldn't follow the rules. A handler named Garterbelt accompanies them on their mission to obtain the currency called Heaven's Coins. Their goal is to collect enough Heaven's Coins in order to buy their way back into heaven. But the only way they can obtain these coins is by killing ghosts. Now, the story of the series is really difficult to judge, not only because the actual plot of the anime is very simple and straightforward, but also because it's a comedy series. And not just any comedy series, but a parody comedy series. Each episode is named after a popular, or actually not necessarily popular, but a movie or television series. And Panty Stocking With Garterbelt will take elements from that movie or show and implement them, certain themes and elements into the episode. Now, they choose from a variety of types of series, such as High School Musical, or all the way to things like Night of the Living Dead. If you've seen that particular show or movie that they are parodying in that particular episode, it makes the episode a lot more funny and entertaining to watch. But that's not the only reason I consider it a parody. The series could be taken just as an anime portrayal or parody of the Western animation style or humor, but it's a little deeper than that. The series also juxtaposes several elements and themes throughout the entire series, from angels that aren't very angelic to demons that aren't incredibly demonic. The animation itself is in contrast with the themes of the show. While the series is animated like something that you might see on the Cartoon Network on Saturday mornings, the language and themes used in the series is definitely not kid-friendly. Even with the plot that isn't incredibly original or complex, the contrast that the show provides makes it extremely interesting and engaging. With all of that said, the ending of the story was terrible. The story had flowed very nicely and was en route to have a very satisfying conclusion. But at the last minute, they decided to ruin it by throwing in a cliffhanger as a tease for the next season. And since, to my knowledge, there's no news about a second season, there probably will never be any sort of resolution for the gigantic curveball that they decided to throw. The animation in the series is obviously inspired by American animation, and it is really well done. The animation reminds me of shows that I might watch as a kid on Saturday mornings. While this isn't something that you would typically see in an anime, it really fits the series well. The characters and backgrounds are both animated really well, but the best part of the series is definitely the fight scenes. Panty Stocking With Garterbelt was produced by Gainax, which is the same studio that produced Gurren Lagann. So it's safe to say that they are used to producing some crazy and over-the-top action scenes. They mix in some traditional animation style as well as live-action explosions into the animation, and that adds to the overall comedic effect of the show. The entire series is all really well animated and very entertaining to watch. The sound in the series is excellent. It is definitely something I've never heard in a series before. It is a mixture of dance and electronic, which are two genres of music that I've never really listened to before. Now, the show served as a good introduction to those genres of music, and I really enjoyed it. The music also really fits the overall style of the show, as well as the tone and atmosphere of the scenes in which they are used. The opening and ending are both really well done, and they're both really catchy and enjoyable to listen to. The series has four main characters: Panty, a sex addict who is able to transform her panties into ghost-laying pistols; Stocking, Panty's sister, who has a serious love of anything sweet and can transform her stockings into swords; their handler, Garterbelt, who is a priest with a violent past and some questionable interest; and Briefers, a wannabe ghost hunter who has a crush on Panty. Now, instead of giving these characters a lot of personality development, the show decides to give them a lot of personality. The characters are all very funny and likable. The way the characters interact with each other is hilarious and very fun to watch. There are several side and supporting characters, but most of them are only in 1 or 2 episodes, and the ones that show up in multiple episodes also have lots of personality and are very fun to watch. Panty Stocking With Garterbelt was a breath of fresh air for the comedy genre in anime, and I really enjoyed watching it. It isn't trying to be anything really deep or thought-provoking, it's just pure entertainment. And even though it wasn't anything spectacular, the way that it contrasted several different things in the series did give me something to think about while I watched it. Now here's the verdict and breakdown out of 5. Story 3.2, animation 4, sound 4.4, characters 3.5, enjoyment 3.8, and for a final verdict of 3.8 out of 5. Panty Stocking With Garterbelt isn't for everyone, but if you can tolerate ridiculous amounts of vulgarity, sexual jokes, and a story that isn't serious, then you should definitely give this series a try. But let me know what you guys thought of this series in the comment section down below. If you watch the series on Modernwarnegro.com, then you can scroll down and watch the full written review. Scroll down below the video and watch the full written review. Please like the video if you like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Or you can click the playlist on the side, take it to my channel and give you a little idea of what it's about. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.